Hey everybody, it's Jay.
What's good, everybody? And I'm Zell.
And this is M3, where we talk about everything marriage, motivation, money, and more.
Yes, y'all. And today we have another good episode for you. Before we get started, we have a disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on M3 are not necessarily those of anyone else but our own. We are not professional therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, or any health professional, mental professional, or anything of that nature. We're just sharing our insight on how we get through life together as a happy married couple. That's it. So take our advice, use it, take it, feed it to the dog.
Dog don't want it.
Whatever. Enjoy the show. Thank you for checking us out. We appreciate you being with us. Let's get it. Top 10 questions you should ask a potential spouse, mate, girlfriend, boyfriend, or significant other. So what are the top 10 questions you should ask before you kind of get serious and kind of figure out if this is really, as Donnell Jones would say, where you want to be? Ooh, shout out to Donnell Jones. D. Jones, Chicago's very own. So what questions? So like, before you get serious with somebody, what should you know about them?
If they have killed anybody.
Okay, that's one question.
You gonna write it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7?
this is the top 10 questions.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
the topic. The top 10 questions. You go straight in like, yo, are you Jeffrey Dahmer? So how many people have you killed?
You don't say Jeffrey Dahmer. He was white. Unless you're dating a white person, then that would be a valid
who you want to
question to ask. Then you say Jeffrey Dahmer, but you want to know they're a killer. Not that a killer will really say if they was a killer.
They
might.
might.
They
might be like, I got away with like at least 5 murders.
Oh no, I ain't no killer.
Okay.
What's your relationship with your mama?
That's 2.
With your family?
3.
Do you have any children?
4.
Let's see. I don't know. You got any kids? What's your relationship with your parents?
That's 4. What you want to know? What you want to know before you get serious about somebody?
How do you financially deal with money?
It's 5.
Oh, we doing 10? I got 5 more. Oh,
yeah.
I gotta think. You go ahead, cause I maybe I shouldn't have led with number 1.
Lead off with the killing question. Have you ever been on Fatal Attraction? And not as an actor, but as the main suspect.
I think that's a very important question to ask.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 5. You got 5 more.
Yeah, I can't rightfully think of them right now. It'll come to me as we go along.
Okay.
Y'all know how I do.
I came ready. So I already wrote down my questions already. So, all right. Where did you grow up? You want to know where you from, right?
Why do that matter?
Because you want to know where they grew up. Like, yo, where did you... where you from? Also,
what set you claim?
Where's your family from? Because you want to make sure for real that y'all not related. Like, where you from? Where your people from? Where your people?
Right? I mean, that could be because the people could have moved.
But you don't know that. But you got to ask not only where they're from right now, where your people's from. Like, where's your family from? Like, are they from Chicago? Were they always in Chicago? Are they from Texas? Have they always been in Texas?
That's the first question.
I want to know.
Okay.
That's what you lead with. Okay. Did you kill somebody?
Okay.
She want to question my question, and she want to start off with, how many people did you kill?
That's what the show is about, questioning questions.
So I want to know where you from and where your people from. Mm-hmm. I want to know. Mm-hmm. I want to know that, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know. Mm-hmm. See, you ask your own questions. Mm-hmm. I'll ask my own questions. Mm-hmm. I want to know where they from, where they people from, right? I want to know, do you believe in God, right? That's what I want to know. Do you believe in God? Mm-hmm. I want to know, what is your religion? Like, people be like, oh, I'm spiritual. I don't have a religion. I'm spiritual. I just float around with butterflies. Well, I need to know because I want to know. Like,
Who float around with butterflies?
That's what some people want to do. They might be hippies. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 questions so far. Like, what's your religion, right? Number 5 is, what is your relationship with your parents and siblings? You might tell me you don't have any siblings. Okay, cool. Well, what's your relationship with your parents? Like, what does that look like? So that's 5 questions. Boom. See? So I gave 5. Now you get 5 more. See, I gave you time to think.
You can go ahead and run off your list. I mean, the guy one, one is good. Like, do you believe in God?
That's the question you want to ask. Do you believe in God? So
yeah,
that's 6.
do you believe in God?
Okay, so that's 6. I already said, do you believe in God?
Or in a power higher than yourself. If you don't want to say God, you know, a power higher than yourself.
You want to bite my question?
Well, really, the God question is a universe question. So
that's not what you came up with, though.
But that's all right. It's universe. It's okay.
She biting my questions.
Not biting.
She want me to give my answers so she can give her answers.
So I can say he bought my question.
It's like a cheat sheet.
So I can say he bit my question when I said about the parents and the siblings.
No, I already had mine jotted down prior to. Mine's is on the list. You can look at my list right here.
I don't need to look at your list.
You can look at my. You've been looking. I see you eyeball my list anyway.
I don't need to look at your list.
Well, let me finish my list then. So also on my list is, what is your credit situation and how did it get like that? Right? Your credit could be great. How did it get like that? Because you pay your bills on time, because you're good with money management, because or your credit could be terrible because maybe you just getting out of a relationship. Maybe you just getting out of a relationship and you like, it was some bills that was in me and my significant other's names, and they was bad at paying bills, or they wanted to spite me by not paying bills, whatever, stuff like that. I don't know. We don't know until we ask the question, right? Also, I have, so that was 6. 7, what's your financial outlook on money, investing, savings, and retirement? What? I want to know these things. Like, I want to know, because you might be like, I ain't never going to retire, or I plan on hitting the lottery, or my family has...
Or I don't save money.
They can say anything. They can be like, my family is well-to-do and we in a good position, and as soon as I get married to you, we're going to be blessed with $100 million.
That's motive. Back to my number 1 question.
That's not motive. That's a good reason to consider marriage.
That's not a good reason to consider marriage.
It is. That could be something that allows you to consider marriage. Like, you don't get $100 million when you get married. Maybe we should get married. Meet me at the altar.
No.
Okay. Hey, to each his own. So let me see. So that was 7. Number 8 is, do you want children? And if so, how many? That could be a deal breaker. You could want children. They could not want children. They could want children and you could not want children. That could be a deal breaker. The whole children situation, right? Number 9, do you have any, or have you had any STDs? Say a word. What you got? What you working with? That's a serious question. Like, let's talk about it. Like, this is before you guys have gotten intimate and so on and so forth. And I put a last one on there. How often do you want to have sex? After you get the STDs question out the way. You want to know, how often do you like to have sex? Let's ask the question. Put it on the table. Let's talk about it. That's my 10 questions.
I got nothing. Happy birthday.
Love it or hate it, What else? What you got?
I got nothing. Happy birthday. I got nothing else. Happy birthday.
Okay.
That's it.
So let's say you got all of those things out of the way, right? Or you didn't address some of those things. How then do you address them after you're in a relationship if you're unhappy about situations? Because you didn't discuss it before.
I think with anything, you're not going to have all of your questions, You ain't gonna ask all your questions up front like this our first date.
Well, let's say it's not the first date. It's like
Here's my
dating.
list. Yeah, so as you date, questions come up when you see people actions or how they moving. Things come up, and so then that's when you ask the questions. And if it's something that you don't agree with, then you got to be out. You can't be wasting your time. We too old to be wasting time. The young folks, they like to waste their time. You too old to be wasting your time.
You don't want to talk about it first?
No, we talked about it. That's why I'm out. Because we talked about it, and we didn't agree.
Sometimes you agree and disagree.
That's like if I be like, oh, what's your status? Do you believe in God? You be like, no, I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. Okay. It was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you. How can you convert an atheist? You can't. Now, I don't want me getting up on Sunday morning praising the Lord and it's disturbing your spirit. I can't even sage my house because if I open up the window, you still here. No. No. That's like a no. Everybody got their deal breakers. That's a no.
So the only thing that's a deal breaker?
That's not the only thing that's a deal breaker. You got to go along your way and see.
Is there anything that you can discuss as you go along the way and you be like, oh, okay.
With an atheist?
You are more, no, not an atheist. Like, let's say you find out that person is not a morning person. They're more of an afternoon person or evening person.
Oh, well, that's something different. I thought we was talking about believing in God.
No, that's what you said.
No,
we was just talking about things that come up along the way.
Yeah, that's something different. If things come up along the way, like, oh, I'm a morning person, you not a morning person. I mean, I'm a morning person now, you not a morning person.
Well, I get up earlier than I used to.
You get up earlier than you used to, but you're still not really a morning person.
I get up earlier than I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I do that.
Yeah, I'm a morning person. I get up about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. But that don't mean I wake up the whole house when I'm up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you don't need to wake up the whole house. Not when you wake up at 4 in the morning.
Mm-mm.
The whole house don't need to wake up. That can be your time.
That's my time. It's my time to calculate my thoughts and get myself together for the day. They popping them off. Y'all probably hear it.
Fireworks.
They fireworks.
Let's do this. So let's go ahead and incorporate something.
Hotter than Satan's den up in here. Go ahead.
Let's incorporate something that you discussed, that we were discussing earlier. Let's go ahead and throw it in. So deal breakers, right? And not addressing questions until you're already into the relationship. Let's say they like to have friends of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Let's say all my friends are all women and they all single. And we just friends. Like, there's nothing romantic involved between them and myself, but they all women. Or vice versa. All your friends are all men.
Do I know them?
Well, you didn't when we first met because we just met. But as time goes on, I'm like, hey, let's go and hang out with my friends. And we get somewhere and they all girls and they're like, turn up. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. They all turned up.
No, I'm saying.
You know them when we go meet them.
Do I talk to them? Like, do they call me and be like, hey?
I don't know. Should they call you and say, hey? They're my friends. They could call you. Maybe. I don't know. You want them to call you?
That's for another episode.
Is that a deal breaker?
That's another episode.
I don't know. Is that a deal breaker? Maybe, maybe not.
That's for another episode.
Okay. That's for another episode.
That's for another episode. That'll be episode coming up next.
To be continued. About friends.
Friends of the opposite sex.
Friends of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
On next episode of M3, we will discuss friends
of
of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm. So tell us, what are your top 10? Is it top 10? Top 5? Top
You only
10?
gave me 5, and then you
That's
bit
what I
my
said.
6.
Top 5, top 10 deal breakers. Or what do you
That's not
ask on a first date?
That's not what we asked about top 10 deal
Who
breakers.
said, what do you ask on a first date?
I didn't say nothing about no first date.
What did you say?
Let me try it again. Top 10 questions you should ask a potential spouse, mate, girlfriend, boyfriend, or significant other. Just the top 10 questions you should ask them. That don't mean you ask them all on the first date, like an interrogation.
You should ask.
I would feel like it's an interrogation if all those questions were asked the first date. You'd be like,
top 10 questions
oh Lord Jesus.
You should ask.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Here go my number 7. Are you married? Or are you in a relationship?
That's a fair question.
Drop down in the comments. What are your top 5, top 7, top 2? You might not have that many. What are some questions you have that you ask before you get into a serious relationship with somebody? There you go. Serious relationship.
And not necessarily all the questions on the first date.
If you want to, that's your business.
If you want to, you're going to run them away.
One of them questions might not be something you want to hear no way.
You're going to run them away if you ask all these questions on the first date. Who your mama? Where your mama from? Where you been? You killed somebody?
That's my number 1 question.
Like, get out of here, crazy person.
My number 1 question is,
how many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few.
The body count.
Very important question. You could lie. You know, you might not tell the truth. Who knows? But what are the questions you ask? I'm curious to know. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This is a short episode. Next week's episode will be about friends of the opposite sex. And what are your thoughts? Y'all can chime in the comments below and we'll talk about it on next week's episode. How about that?
And is it a deal breaker?
Not if it's a deal breaker. Y'all already Y'all already in a relationship.
You could break up with somebody over that.
Y'all already in a relationship. You could break up with somebody over that. Leave it down below. We'll discuss it next week.
Yo, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. Thank you just for sharing some of your day with us. We appreciate it. We're grateful beyond measure. Stay active. Stay focused. Stay motivated. And even if you can't stay motivated, stay consistent and stay safe.
Remember, persistence brings forth transformation. So go out and choose. Have a good day.
See you next time. M3.